Hi everyone, welcome to Who Said What with your hosts Hiba and Nira. We're two sisters in our 40s with lots of stories to share. Having lived across Egypt, the US, Saudi, Kuwait, Dubai, and Europe, we share a unique mix of cultural insights and fresh perspectives. In each episode, we dive into the unfiltered sides of entrepreneurship, motherhood, relationships, and the crazy dynamics of family life. Well, actually, of our crazy family life. Ever wonder how cultures shape our ideas of success, love, and happiness? And why some topics are completely taboo in one country, yet casual conversation in another? Well, we're here to spill the tea, no sugarcoating, just real talk and a lot of laughs. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into another episode of Who Said What. Okay, Nira and I are super excited because we have a friend of ours on the podcast today, and he is a very amazing actor. He is funny. He's known for his comedic roles, and he is super charming, super handsome, and he's here with us today, Tamer Hagras.
Hi, it's so nice to be here. I love the location. I love you guys. Your crew is awesome. And if you vibe لطيفة جدا, I like it. Am I doing the bilingual stuff or
Yes.
into English?
No, you can do both.
Oh, we can do both.
What did we do?
Yeah.
I speak
Your
English.
listeners.
Listeners, by the way, are mainly from the Middle East, the Gulf, Egypt, but there are a lot of people from Europe, from England, and the States, actually.
Nice. So we can throw in a few Arabic words.
Sure.
Like, wow, what does that mean? That would be cool.
Exactly.
Habibi.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the States, you keep saying that here. What does it mean? I'm just like, it just means darling in Arabic. And Alman, when I was there, Alman, a friend, one of my best friends, he was always like, he was saying Habibi to everybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
Wasn't there a guy like that had the license plate, Habibi, that was very well known in Boston?
was there?
Yeah, there was. So cheap.
Is that where you went to college?
Yeah, well, no, I went outside of Boston. I was here in Boston, and Shireen was in Boston for a while. So I used to go see them a lot.
I went to Boston because I was looking for tomorrow, my eldest daughter's college options. And I don't know, everybody was like loving Boston, but I don't know. It didn't hit me like as impactful as I thought it would be.
Boston is phenomenal. It is.
Do you like other cities? Do you like New York?
Yeah, I like New York. Yes, I like it actually more. But I mean, if we're going to compare
East Coast or West Coast?
compare New York with Boston and London. So London to me is like top notch. I love London.
Right, yeah.
I just love it. It's like there's no city like it in the world. It's just very, it has like a lot of variation in its population. It's diverse. I love it. So I always compare. I went to New York recently and I compared it. So I feel like I'm a Londoner at heart. And Boston, I just thought it was like, yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you a thing, but
I'm like Tamer. I was just in London twice our work, and I love London. Like, that was the only city. I lived there for like 6 months at one point, and I was crying and screaming leaving that place. I love it.
I'm going to tell you something that pisses me off. I'm sorry, that ticks me off. Is Tala, the younger one. So she's studying architecture in London, and she's not liking it as much as I love it. And so I'm like thinking, man, I would have killed to be in your shoes. I feel like very old when I was like, "Inti mish maqdara ni'ma." You don't know this gift that you have of living in London.
I don't like London college. Were you in?
I did AUC. I did UCLA as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you study? Did you study anything related to acting?
No, I did acting courses that I excelled in.
Course. Like, you're natural.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Oh, yeah, but I loved it. I just never thought that I would. I wanted to major. I was going to acting school in London, but my dad got a little sick, so I wanted to be around. And so I went to AC and I studied PR and advertising and psychology.
So how did you get started in acting?
How did I get started?
When? Was it right after college?
I remember in high school, I started modeling.
Yeah, that's right, of course.
Because for you listeners that do not know, we went to the same high school.
Yeah, we went to see seats.
And we actually carpooled together.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You used to come.
Shireen, the crazier sister, used to drive us all, and you guys went to the French school, right?
He used to drop us off at the French school. And then
Yeah, we drop you off, and then we go to CEC. Ah, okay, so Shireen was the CEC.
Yeah, Shireen was when Shireen graduated from CAC. We went a year after.
You
You
went
graduated when 92.
92.
Okay, so yeah, I graduated in 94 and you're in 95. So we overlapped for a year.
1 year.
So what were we saying? What brought?
So how did you get into the?
How did I get into acting? Okay, that's a more relevant issue. So I modeled in like 9th or 10th grade, and I continuously modeled back since. I was making good money. I was getting good exposure. For one of the fashion houses that I modeled for, Dina Aish's dad, if you know Dina Aish, he was they're all Palestinian. They're Palestinian, Jordanians. They had a production company.
Okay.
And he always liked my look, and I was friends with his daughter and Hatem, his daughter's husband now, but then we were all kids. And so he offered me a role in a comedy. It was supposed to be Ana wa Ahmed Aiz.
Okay.
And also there was an option for Amr Waked as well. And then it didn't pan out. And they like, there was something political. Yasser Arafat, they had surrounded his compound. It was a big deal. And so he had this political like action flick, similar to The Devil's Zone, but it's about the Palestinian.
That was such a bad movie.
Palestinian. About it. Well, I liked it. I can't say that there is one Brad Pitt movie that I don't like.
But by the way, they both didn't like that movie. Sorry, we're going to go into the movies right now. Harrison Ford and Brad Pitt didn't like that movie because they both complained about the script. That the script was not well developed. It was not, and it.
Fallon?
Yeah, of course.
That was
I don't like
Irish.
the Irish, exactly.
So I did that. It was called Burkan al-Ghadab. So he offered me the lead role for that. And so I started in the industry with a leading role, which I thought at the time was okay, but I realize now that it was a big deal actually to start as a lead role. So it just picked up. Adel Emam saw the movie, liked it, offered me a role in his movie. Tajrubat al-Markeh was a big hit, like major
that was so
hyper.
strong.
So it just picked up since.
So basically since 1997.
And no, since 2000 and
Yeah, it was when he came back. Oh no, he came back.
It was 2003.
2003, I think. Yeah, it was 2003.
So how was it working with Adel Emam, people like that at the beginning of your career? Was it intimidating?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot. It's not it is intimidating, Taban, because you grow up with Adel Emam. Adel Emam is always a symbolic of a certain phase in your life. Just meeting him was surreal. I loved it, and I love him today. Then he was a character, and then I worked with him 10 years later for Ma'moon wa Shuraka'u Musalsal. So it was nice that I had the opportunity to work with him twice, and see the change in character. برضه he was something in Tajruba and he's something else. كبر ربنا يحفظه. He's lovely. I love him. He's very dear to me, and he means a lot to me personally, and means a lot to my career, and means a lot to my life for memories of him and his movies. Like I always remember in Mashbooh, which was him and Farouk Fishawi, and it was always like something that I loved as a kid. And I said that one day I would act. I always was like, and that was like, for me, the action flick as a kid that I loved. And so having the opportunity to actually be in a movie with that person was actually really cool.
Was he supportive or was he nice to meet? Is he like, or was he
nice to meet? I mean, actors in general have their ups and downs, have a little
moody.
Yeah, a little ego issue, but he was great. He's a genius. He's a comic genius, comedic genius. يعني he التجربة الدنماركية on paper was something, and what he came up with during the shoot was something else. I mean, he added so much to that, and every scene he'd like come up with some other line, and then there was this delivery boy that walks in and sees the girl dancing, and it's like he walks into a cabaret. That was just thought of 2 days before. It was like, oh, why don't we get that kid from that Nancy Agram video clip? He was very funny. He had a funny look, and
Like that face?
yeah. And so we got him. He just they told him Adel Emam wants you in his movie, and 2 days later he was there. And then there was also like these two guys that did they had a show, candid camera show, and so he thought of them as well. Why don't we get them while we're having a meal in the restaurant, and they're trying to do like a candid camera, just punk us or whatever, and we made a scene out of that. It was funny.
Yeah, and that doesn't like if you know what you're gonna do and march it, and then he like last minute comes up with something. It doesn't like disrupt anything, or is he always
Not to the professional actor. I mean, you can easily adapt to anything.
The talented actor is open to
Which was not me at the time, so it's like, what the? You know, it's like, what's happening? That's not what I read in the script.
Yeah. Did you have at the time any insecurities?
Did I have? I don't think I mean, you would know. I don't think I ever had insecurities.
But I have a question though. Was it easy for you to act in Arabic though?
Oh, because,
Was that?
Oh, good question.
Because that to me, like for me, like I don't remember you acting in CC, but like if your education is American and English and all that stuff, how do you switch to Arabic? And then was that easy to memorize?
So at first it wasn't easy, but I went to Port Said school قبل BISC. I went to BISC for a couple of years, and then I went CC. I went CC in 8th grade, I think, or 7th grade. And so I had the basis of the Arabi. I didn't have the ابتدائية, but I finished في 5 ابتدائي. فكان العربي, the Arabic was, I had the base.
Yeah.
And I used to read a lot of Arabic, like newspapers every day كده, as a practice, because my dad wanted me to do that. And I would read Quran every morning before CAC.
Oh, awesome.
You know, just a serenity thing. That's weird. I was a weird kid, برضو. It's odd. Yeah, like right before school, I'm on the corniche in the balcony. I'm reading برضو Quran كده just for peace of mind. Then I run across the corniche to ride your car so we could go. It's not normal يعني for someone that age. I think that helped me.
Okay, yeah,
a
of
lot.
course.
But it was difficult لأن أنا I would say my first language was English. Yeah, and I was born in London. We lived there for a while, then New York. يعني I have this sense of humor that it used to be initially English, but now I think it's just humor is universal. So you just have to adapt to it, and خلاص, and living here and going through life in beautiful Egypt is يعني العربي زي الفل يعني.
And your daughters are fluent in Arabic?
They are. They also have, the younger one has my issue that I had at her age, but I feel like in the working world انت العربي بيتحسن over time, and بتتقنه أكتر يعني. She adapts to it, and she masters it later.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you're exposed to...
No, I wonder because like we had the base in Kuwait because we lived in Kuwait. So in Kuwait, Arabic is mandatory in any school, whether you're a foreigner or Egyptian of Arab origins. But
You can do it for the Arabs, as you have to... Or
in CC, in the French school, and in the Kuwait, everybody took French. But if you were of Arabic, but if you were of Arab origins, you took
D.
Fusha. No, you took Fusha, and then the foreigners used to take colloquial Arabic, and if you're Muslim, you had to take Deen classes.
Wow, she has a good memory. I don't remember.
Well, I remember very few things, but I remember the Deen classes because
You get smacked.
I used to get smacked with a wooden ruler on my knuckles because I had a hard time memorizing the ayahs and stuff like that.
I don't think spanked is the word for it, because I went in a completely different direction. but that's because spank is usually it has a positive touch to it. Okay.
I got hit with those
Okay.
wooden rulers.
We were always English was our first language.
But like as a base, we had the base, but my Arabic is not that good because I don't have a brain for languages, and our parents didn't encourage us to read the newspaper and stuff like that at all.
Yeah.
So how's your French?
It's good.
It's good. I speak it well, and like if I read it more, then it gets much better. But definitely English phrase is my strongest language. Okay. This is like I go between the French and the English first, and then Arabic and.
Like my French is fine, but I make plenty of mistakes. The same mistakes I make in Arabic, I make in French, female and masculine.
Okay.
And I make the same mistake in both languages. So
But as you're talking about comedic, I find every language has a very special thing that, like, there are certain things you say in Arabic that you cannot translate properly into other languages, especially when it comes to these kind of things, like funny things. It's very ingrained in the culture, shwaya, as well.
Yes.
Egyptian humor is unique, though. Egyptian humor is really unique, and they're so creative, and it's like
awesome. I love it.
I like Imam is like the father of
And I-
the very name. That's what like Seinfeld is so iconic to me. Adel Emam is so iconic in the way he.
It was funny because Anna, I used to watch his stuff when we were younger, but it wasn't until I came back to Egypt in my 20s, I think, late 20s, early 30s, that I watched Madrasat al-Mushribin.
And the rest of them should be.
And then my friends were watching. I'm like, shit, I'm not going to understand anything. And then I was laughing the entire time. I could like falling off the chair. He's hysterical. And when they're on stage like that, there's a lot of improvising, right?
Yeah,
So
a
it
lot.
was like him and that other guy that he acts with. I can't remember. He's like,
Saeed Saleh.
I saw it.
And Ahmed Zaki was in it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They did another one together.
They did العيال كبرت
Yes, that's it.
part 2. Not as good.
Not as good. No, that was just.
And you had also Yunus Shalabi, who was brilliant as well. He was in it. Nice.
So Arabic.
I like where we are. I love the high ceilings.
So tell me, I can't. You're so funny. So what was like your favorite role? Tell us your favorite role. Your favorite role.
My favorite role, actually, funny enough, it's probably the last movie I did. I feel like it was so close to home. Was Gaweza Toxic. Oh.
Tell us about that one. I haven't seen it.
You know that Gaweza Toxic actually it just came out like last week.
Yeah.
The top grossing movies of all time. And
Oh,
top 10.
congratulations.
Gaweza Toxic and Sugar Daddy, my last 2 movies, are of the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Pan-Arab, you know.
Sugar Daddy. I thought Sugar Daddy was Gaweza Toxic. I thought there was different posters because they seem kind of linked. Like
They do seem kind of linked. It's the same production company, it's the same director, same writer, and almost the same cast. So yeah, they are quite similar. And they made the poster, it was kind of like, it kind of looked similar. So yeah.
So that's your favorite thing you've done so far?
You're talking about character.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun. Gaweza Toxic is like a crazy fun.
What was your least favorite thing that you did?
Least favorite. Wow. I don't think I have a least favorite. I liked every role. I mean, I like the least. It's like really difficult.
How do you deal with the critics when they come out if they're saying something negative about what you did or positive?
So,
I mean, how do you deal with
I'm
those?
very lucky in that sense that I never got like a negative critique for any of my
Wow.
my work. You know,
That's awesome.
I might get negative critiques for the color of my skin or or some comment I said in some interview, but
Tattoos?
I did it. Oh yeah, I did actually tattoos for a while, especially
Probably at the very beginning. Probably at the
yeah. But it wasn't something that it wasn't an ordeal. It wasn't something significant for it to affect me. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful. But usually I take critique, with a pinch of salt. It's very light.
I was a fuck.
Yeah, I read actually Meral read something and she told me about it, and it's probably a famous book that I don't really know. And she said something that was very interesting. She always relays like certain messages she gets from the books, and then something sticks to me. So something that resonated, it was very nice, is that to survive life, to be happier in general, and for ultimate peace, it's such a nice thing. Is you don't take anything personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing that happens in your world from anyone or anything that you take it to heart. Like not personal. It's not personally. Like if somebody calls you a piece of crap or whatever,
Yeah.
you don't take that personally, even though he called you that. But say it's because he's lost. He's not okay. Something's wrong. So that person needs love, needs care, needs attention. But it's not about me. It's not about me. I am not that piece of crap. There's something inside him that has made him project that. So as long as you don't take anything personal, life is much better.
Yeah.
Oh. That makes sense.
But it's difficult though, because I notice like even celebrities that I feel like they get so much negative criticism. I feel sorry for them sometimes. It's like at some point it's going to affect you. You know? But yeah, yeah, it's good to just ignore it basically.
Well, I think
Yes.
it's part of the job, though. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be in the spotlight, then you're going to have to expect that somebody's going to say something.
The Arabic saying, the tax of fame.
Yeah.
So your tax of fame is that you're going to get a lot of negative, and then there's also the no, all publicity is good publicity. Or
There's no such thing as that
bad publicity. Yeah,
Which is true.
Yeah, they say that in PR all the time. They used to say that in PR all the time.
yeah, I agree on that actually, because I've seen people that have been badmouthed immensely, and they're doing great.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I think actually the negative critiques that they got in general actually made them more famous.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Have you ever acted in any English-speaking movies?
I'm trying to think if I did. I think I did. Just don't remember.
Was it at CAC?
No, in AUC actually, I acted a couple of plays. One was a musical, Kiss Me Kate, and one was about Greek mythology.
Okay.
I was Dionysus. It was called the Bacchae. That's a very famous play. And that was an outdoor play in the fountain area. It was very nice.
Wow.
I had a long blonde wig.
Like
Nothing.
Fabio.
Yeah, like Fabio.
believe it's
a little Tarzan outfit. So yeah,
A loincloth covering your other parts.
exactly. And running around AUC, you know, with the janitors opening little classroom because I had to go on top of a roof and they light you up, you know, and then you do your speech. Yeah, so it was fun. It's a lot of fun.
Is there any like American director or actor that you really want to work with that?
There are many. I mean, one of my favorites is Michael Mann in general, and I love Michael Mann very much. And
Who's Michael Mann?
he, Miami Vice.
Oh,
You know,
I want to say there's another movie.
Collateral.
I see you in like a Miami Vice spin-off, an Arabic spin-off of Miami Vice.
I see that too.
That actually, yes.
Yes.
You and who? Who would be your sidekick?
I have no idea.
Let's think about that way. Ahmed Sa? No.
I don't know.
I feel like he has limited knowledge of who she can say.
I'm
In Arabic, and like that's the thing. I was like, for sure, I just know like the headliners, but
Yeah, there's so many.
when it comes to American movies, that's where I like literally know the directors and the supporting actors and the actors. And that was here and that was there. So no, but Arabic movies, no, not really.
Oh my God, yeah, you should do that. I still see it.
Yeah,
Or Don Johnson.
yeah, we're freaking awesome. I love it.
I love Don Johnson.
All right, that's it. I'm doing it.
You doing it? Well, I'm surprised it's not in the works already.
Yeah, a lot of things would surprise you. I feel like there's a lot of production that happens in our industry on this side of the world that we can do without. I mean, you spend millions and millions on, you know, very trivial, weak plots at times. And I wonder, wow, if only there was like a proper head guiding this production, we could have done like something that's like a lot better, a lot deeper, more of a positive message, more of a message in general. I like to do any project that I have. I just want to make sure that it always has some sort of message to be received by the audience.
But maybe that's the audience they cater to, because I did notice, like, you know what I noticed it with very much so is the advertisements, the
Previews?
the advertisements are always the same, silly. They're dancing, like anything. If it's a telega, a marwaha, anything. It's like they're coming up and dancing and singing.
Yeah, there's a lot of dancing.
There's a lot of silliness of it, but I think maybe that's, and I always say, why do they do that? And I'm thinking maybe it's the audience.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, مثلا for the mass, probably or the target for those مثلا fridges or whatever, I think you get the celebrity, you get a nice jingle, you get a nice dance, so it always, have an impact. So that's interesting. So advertising wise, I think that's fine. But so movie wise, I feel like we could do a lot more. Not saying necessarily better, but a lot more. Yeah. But
Do you think it's changed over the years since you joined? Has it maybe just slowed?
I think cinema's role in general. So you were saying something about the audience. So sometimes they feel there are some people that produce that feel they want to give the audience what they think they want.
Yeah.
And yet, true cinema industry is to educate your audience of what you think they need. So like we need to go into science fiction. We need to go to like historical proper movie. And the audience are not ready for it. No, you educate them. This is cinema's role. You educate your audience so you get to a higher standard. So
You push the boundaries, basically.
yeah. And like movies like strange movies like Interstellar or whatever, stuff like that, like Inception, stuff like that. We're human and we have that human mind that is on like a multi-leveled, dimension كده inside. We have such a great imagination as humans, not as necessarily Egyptians, Kuwaitis, British. No, it's not nationalities, it's humans. So we have that ability. And so we watch Inception and like foreign movies and we accept them and they're intriguing for us and they broaden our horizons in like mentally. And so we need to do that on our side of the world. برضو يعني we have a lot more to give, I believe.
I agree with, I think, you're right. They could do things that kind of push the status quo. But the problem is that I can imagine people don't want to do it maybe because it would have such a serious backlash. Like in terms of women's roles or like women being more empowered or even sexuality or things like that, I think that would be...
They're pushing the boundaries of sexuality.
Well, they do more, actually. People don't do that very much here in movies. I'm sure they don't.
They don't, but I'm telling you stuff like it doesn't even have to be controversial.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that. It can even, yeah. Just the fact that you don't have as much science fiction. You don't have a lot of like historical, proper, large budget historical movies. But you have a large budget movie like, Ouled Rizq, where you get like the Mission Impossible stunts team, and then you do, I don't know why you spend so much on it, it's nice for an action flick. But if we're able to spend that, why not spend it on a movie discussing مثلا Amr ibn al-As, Khalid bin Walid, stuff like that.
They had something like that somebody was saying that was very difficult to follow and watch during Ramadan. Wasn't there a series about something historical?
It was about the start of the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood.
كان كريم عبد العزيز.
Saudi and the مشهور, right?
I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. But that was more informative than what I mean by historical. Historical, I mean historical. I mean like something like Troy. I'm talking about something impactful, كده يعني, something old.
Like The Messenger.
Big budget, like The Messenger, like The Lion of the Desert. We did that.
Maybe that's your future kind of in cinema in Egypt. They usually start doing that, right? All these.
Do they have the know-how to do those kind of sets?
I don't think it's in my hand as much as I want to believe it's in my hand, but it's not really in my hand.
Do they have the technology? I mean, obviously, there is the technological advancement for that stuff, but
we have no limitations.
There's no limitations.
No limitations. We can do
anything. It's interesting that they stay away from sci-fi. It's interesting how they stay away from sci-fi and anything that involves like 3G, like those like Interstellar, Inception, that requires a different directing almost. And
I thought it's a money restriction. I thought it would be money budget.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it.
After what I hear, the budgets that are being spent, I don't think it is. I think it's just creativity.
Oh yeah.
But sci-fi is it's really difficult, Lena, كمان, because we don't have the background we don't have Egyptian astronauts, we don't have a NASA here and stuff like that. So it's not something that is very credible for the Egyptian audience, but you can find a way.
Yeah, but like even in the States, so they're regurgitating old classic movies, and I'm like, why are we doing Point Break?
Oh yeah,
One point
it was great the way it was.
Exactly.
And you're doing a part 2 to Gladiator. Do you know what you're going through?
By the way, Point
The
Break.
bar is super high.
Exactly. Point Break, the second one, I respected that they kept the same. They kept the same characters. They kept the same characters, but they changed the story in essence. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about riding the wave. It was about.
It's a bigger budget.
Bigger-
like major.
But Gladiator 2,
cinematography.
I won't see it. I don't want to see it. I'll wait for it to come out on TV.
They were saying it's supposed to be a really good movie, but a couple of friends watched it. They weren't as impressed. But we hold on to that, and especially Gladiator. I mean, Russell Crowe, that scene where he's like, "I am Maximus." It's incomparable to
That's
anything
what
else.
yours is.
You can't imagine. You can't picture it. With
But
anybody
you know
else.
what the thing is, everybody who saw Gladiator.
I don't like the remakes. They
Remakes.
like for me because all of those are from the 80s and 90s are so iconic for me growing up.
Oh.
That it's like if they have back. Dare you? Sure, I for myself. What was the one I told you last time? And I was like, oh my god, I can't take this anymore. They're butchering all these like old classics.
Well, Practical Magic, they're making a part 2.
Okay, but part 2 is fine. I'm just saying you compare it to the part 1, and you compare it to the time where you watched part 1.
Yes, true.
Where you were at in life and stuff like that, and how it resonated with you. So that impact will always be in your lodged memory killer forever. It has to have that same impact at this part of your life and this time. So I don't know.
But Gladiator 2, I heard it was very entertaining. But to make his son as well.
Don't tell me anything because I haven't seen it.
I
and
just-
I'm gonna
I
pretend.
agree.
I am gonna pretend that I didn't hear any of that.
Hey, I will tell you, Nira, fucking annoying thing that every single time you have to watch this, and she'll badger you to watch it. And so I start watching it, and then she's like, "Did you get to the part that?" I was like,
Yeah, she'll ruin it for you.
I was like, Nira, and I always tell her, she's like,
Spoilers.
"But by the way, it's in the trailer." I don't even watch the trailer because of that. No, but it's so annoying with me.
I don't
Mom
do
is
that. I don't
worse.
watch trailers
Me
for
too.
that.
I want to be completely surprised. She's like, but it doesn't ruin anything. Whereas, I don't even.
And it's
so-
eating away at her. She still wants to tell you.
No, my mom is worse. My mom is worse.
Tell Nira,
My mom is
Nira,
worse.
Stop. No, but Nira.
That was all. No, I don't do that anymore. But mom does that. But
It's taking your baton. So there's
My mom does that as well. As soon as she tells me, أنا اتفرجت على فيلم يا تامر. It was I'm like, I don't want to know. I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up.
And that was very annoying for me. I'm like, my mom was there, and she's like, it was annoying. لا مش هقول لك إيه اللي حصل بس مش هتستغربي. I'm like,
I'm one of those people. Like I remember when I went to see Gone Girl. First of all, I found it very disturbing. So, and I was tired, and so I looked at my friends, and they were watching it, and so I get on Wikipedia, and I'm like, like the synopsis of the movie, the thing she reads, like I read the whole thing,
unreal.
because the movie was stressing me out. When the movie was stressing me out, I'm like, she's crazy, I can't do this. So I was just like, let me read it to the end. I'm like, okay, I see how it ends. And so I slept, and I slept.
I've always had that issue, but I have an issue with acting. I mean, the plot can be great, and directing can be great, but then if I see it a lot, and a lot of foreign movies. I mean, there will be something on Netflix, something I just watched. I'm not gonna mention what it is, but
No, tell me.
Like,
Tell me which one, please.
you can say the name.
Tony, say please.
I'm actually trying to remember the name.
Who's in it?
That guy that was wrongfully accused of a murder of a white supremacist.
What is that? Nira would know these.
And he's not a known actor at all.
Okay.
Madness.
Oh my God, I've been trying to watch that, but I started as
Having an issue with the acting. I'm such a, and like very cliche little lines. I'm like,
I totally get you though.
I can't continue it. So I'm not continuing it. With all respect to the team that worked on it.
It's really funny when you talk about the madness, because when I saw the preview, I thought it was Idris Elba, and then I said,
Oh yeah,
God,
because he does look like
he
it.
looks a little bit like.
I was like, how did this guy land something on Netflix this big? Because it looks like it's Elba. That's probably it. Or maybe he's the producer.
This is always so mean. I was with my friends. I was with two of my friends, Hatem and Soma, and I was just like, oh, there's a show, Madness. It looks really good. And they turned it on. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not Idris Elba. And then I started within the first 15 minutes. I'm like, nope. We're not watching this. They're like, what? I'm like, I'm not watching this movie of an African American who's like really high up that they try to frame for something. Oh, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
This racial supremacy.
And what I didn't like about it is that it defines the character, the main character, through words. But you remember, you were very outspoken about blah, blah, blah. I was like, we should have seen that in a scene rather than you telling us, you know.
What he's like.
Yeah, it's just so weird. It didn't resonate. But you know, I watch stuff like, but I'm very bad at this. First of all, I don't watch my movies, okay, most of the time.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I criticize myself big time. It upsets me. But I'll watch them on my own, like maybe like years later. I'll skip through, you know, when it's like on Netflix or Shade or whatever, so I can get better. But I have stuff like Diplomat. It's a great show. But they're bad. These are the lines. عارفة اللي هو يعني
It kind of annoys.
America, we're doing this for the good of mankind and stuff like that. So these lines, there's some lines that are a bit cringy, okay? And so it bothers me, even though it's a great show, great crew, great cast, amazing actually. But so I'm a really bad viewer.
Yeah. Okay. No, but I think that's normal.
There are a lot of these
have become cringy kind of choice.
They're too political. There's always something like a message, and I'm really getting tired of these stupid messages. So I just click. I watch true crime stories.
That's nice.
People killing each other.
Yeah,
Real life. Psychos.
I watch it early in the morning, first thing, the first cup of coffee. It's the best thing. The day goes well.
Yes. Sets the tone for
Anything else that if nobody's being murdered today, it's a great day.
Exactly. It can only get better after one of those shows.
They say statistically women love those kind of movies and documentaries about like real crime and things like that.
So I was talking about that the other day. I feel like, with all respect, you women in Denver. No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like, because there was a lot of, like, this last week, there was a couple of deaths.
Yes.
All that happened of close friends and stuff like that. But I feel like women mourn a lot more than men. And I'm not saying it as a pro or a con, but I feel like they mourn a lot more. I mean, it hits them big time. And I feel like they'll go into the mourning a lot more than into, like, I'm comparing like a funeral to a wedding, you know? The happiness of the wedding, it goes to a certain limit. The mourning of a funeral has no limit. And I'm saying this because now it takes its toll on me with age. I mean, I'm like almost 25. And
wow, you don't look older than 20.
Yeah, no.
21 max.
I'm 21.
I'm 22.
You know, not ashamed. I'm not going to hide it. 20.
Your birthday was recently.
It was November 6th.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Continue your thought, and then after we get off that segue of the.
So I think it's the age thing that where I always think of death as a new beginning now, and I always try to make it a less. I don't want to say it's a happy thing, but it's not
Traumatizing.
It's not a sad thing. It needs to be like viewed as a new beginning for the afterlife, for another part of the journey of the soul. And I always look at it that way, and I try to approach it that way, and try to give that message to without dictating it or being.
But I was just saying that because I was at one of those funerals on Thursday. Actually, my best friend, her mother passed away, and right next to it was the funeral of Mustafa
Lotfi,
this young guy.
Nihal, your best friend?
No, Navina's her sister.
Her sister.
Her sister.
Oh yeah.
So I was there.
I went to that. Oh.
I was there, and I'm laughing, and we start joking around, and I'm like, we shouldn't be laughing, and it's a really bad habit I have, but at Azaz and stuff like that, I tend to joke around and laugh, and
I think sometimes people need that. you know, at a time where everything's down. But I mean, it's not like you're not mourning. You are upset. It does break your heart, but at the
does.
same time,
But I think you should celebrate their life. You know what I'm saying? But like, I understand that. I mean, it's very sad for the family and the close loved ones around them. But I find that it's important to celebrate the life they had,
Yes.
what they achieved,
Yes.
be happy, and believe that they're in a better place, and all of that stuff.
recognize the loss and accept that there will be sadness, but
Remember
there-
the good memories.
it's so hard to do, by the way. It's
I know.
so hard to do. I mean, your heart is broken, especially, you know, Mustafa, the sudden death. It's so heartbreaking. And yet at the same time, you want those people to move on. You want these people not to lose faith. You want these people to, like all the people that are still living, you
Yeah.
know, and living in his memory. And it comes eventually, but it's a process of sadness. My point was just how long that process would be. You know, I feel like a lot of women, and not necessarily the ones that have been affected directly, they'll dwell into that. For some reason, I just found it interesting, not a pro or con. Again, I'm saying that.
But I think the way you put it is really, really nice, actually, because I think, but I understand the women thing, because I think as we age, for me, as I age, I probably think about it not like you do. I think about it maybe more negatively. It hits me more, like when I hear about death, it hits me more maybe because I think maybe my parents are closer to that. And
Yeah.
it kind of makes me a little anxious, but the way you put it is so much nicer. I think women in general, we think about these things because we don't think only, we think about all the close people to us. Like, oh my God, we're aging and we're getting closer to that stage where people will start to pass away, unfortunately. But
Like the actors we grew up with, everybody's like, I'm like, okay, there goes another person from my childhood that just died. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Swayze. And this,
But that's interesting that you, as a man and you're aging, like you're 26 now,
25.
25, yeah. So like as you're aging, so it is probably becoming, that whole thing about death is becoming, maybe you're coping with it spiritually in a different way, in a better way.
I think you go through a lot. I mean, I was relatively young when my father passed away. So I think I encountered that was the biggest impact on me then until now, actually, I think. And so I think it kind of gets...
You have to deal with it.
Yeah, you adapt a lot easier now to death. But I want to tell you something. Saying that about this specific friend that passed away, I mean, we weren't super close, but his daughter's like best friends with mine. And so just hugging her at the end as I left, I was talking to everybody normal, but hugging her, and this is so strange. Yani, humans, there's something, and they tell you like hugging, it's therapeutic. But when I hugged that girl, I don't know what happened to me, but I started tearing. I was like, what is happening? And I can't hold myself. But I'm like hugging her, and she started crying. And then I just could not stop hugging her. It's just there was a connection. I'm not necessarily like the closest one to their family, but I love that girl very much. And the fact that Tala, my youngest, has stood by her, and she kind of like got a postponement for her assignments in the architecture for London, where she came back early for that. And just there was something. It's so raw and it's beautiful, and you recognize it. And again, I'm not saying pros or cons about the mourning, but it's important to have the mourning. It's important to have the happiness, but it's important to see the bigger picture and to see the ups in life.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Wow.
Speaking
That really brought us a heavy, a little heavy turn.
On a lighter note.
what do you think about aging, and how do you deal with it in this? No, like literally, like how do you deal with it in this industry? Because it's important. Looks are important.
Yeah, I mean the like most important, I think, would be like there's like if you have like a glass of lemon water every morning with like a couple of gallons of Botox, you're good to go.
I was gonna
Botox thing.
What do you think about Botox? Because I know
No, I
men
think-
who do it now.
I think
Is
it's-
it nor?
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's fine if it gives a positive intake for you, and I think it's important also actually Botox in general to do for muscle aches, for muscle strains and stuff like that. There's a lot.
Does it work?
Yeah, it helped with my neck once, and it's important to have this. If it'll make you feel good. I mean, a lot of people tend to leave the white in their hair, enjoy their wrinkles, and they talk about it and everything. And if that's fine for them, that is fine.
Yeah.
You know, so to each their own. And yes, aging is something in our industry that is feared a lot more, probably because you're a visual industry where people like, you know, want to remain that way. But that's a struggle with a lot of people. I don't have that struggle. I'm okay. But you know, I've led this young life for quite a while, and I'm still leading what I did. I mean, I'm working out a lot more than I did when I was 20.
That's what I was gonna say. Because
5 years ago.
you've always been fit, but you work out now more because you're older. You think?
Actually, I think I have a lot of muscle memory. I think the body's like, we know what we're supposed to look like. You know, eat everything you want. You know, minimize your exercise. We're okay. We got it. We studied this. I think this is what's happening with like my muscle memory. So it's okay. I'm working out. I do work out almost daily, and but I deviate a lot because of work and because of travel. But alhamdulillah, and somehow, you know.
You're looking good.
Okay.
Knock on. Wait. I didn't ask it. I didn't check out your backside. Sorry.
Okay, let me just. I'm gonna start stripping.
Just at the gym, I was just like, keep walking so I can, you know, keep up. He's like, I love this. Keep walking.
What was that line from Face Off? You know, I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go.
Keep going.
So you eat relatively healthy?
Yes, I mean, I make sure that my pizza has a lot of protein on it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Broccoli and spinach and chicken and
I don't know those guys much, and the
Risotto,
broccoli guys,
sausage,
they're okay.
sago-
No, I would say I eat everything I want to eat, but I am health conscious about certain things. I make sure I have my veggies. I make sure that I do the intermittent, like I stop eating at a certain time. I got these, I feel like you need to introduce your body to anything that you've been depriving it of for a while. Like, I mean, I'm currently on my chocolate binge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, we're coming back to chocolate, baby.
What's your favorite chocolate?
So my favorite chocolate, difficult. Main brands, I would do Reese's cups. I mean,
they're amazing.
It's off the
Really?
chart.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm beginning to like Bounty a lot more than I did before.
Why?
I don't know. It's like you're chewing that coconut. It's like I feel like I'm in like I don't know, like
Hawaii.
Bahamas, Hawaii. With every
by the
bite,
beach.
I'm like somewhere else.
Sitting by the beach.
And then you got the Snickers. I mean, this is a brand. I mean, I hope we're getting money for this, but yeah, Snickers.
Snickers Extreme. Have you tried the Extreme one?
Yeah, they're just brilliant. It's like you're eating and you're like, this is for my energy. You know, it's not that.
got
This is good.
protein.
It's giving me energy.
It's
It's got
the
protein.
peanuts have got protein in it. I'm good.
I love it. And then somehow I feel like maybe I have like some sort of allergy to peanuts because every time I'm having M&Ms with the peanuts or Snickers, probably because I have a hell of a lot maybe, but I end up coughing. I was like, you know, I'll cough and stuff like that. I'm like, maybe I'm allergic, but
I'm
you know,
allergic to
25 years later, I'm still having it.
Really? I think as I got older, I think I'm intolerant to coconut actually.
Fallon?
As I got older. Well, not when I was young.
I think as you get older, I used to like I can't binge on things that I used to binge on like in my 30s because I feel it much more now.
Yeah.
So I don't like coffee. I can't have coffee very much because if I do, it's like it really
Oh, really?
it screws my mood. It's weird.
Coffee is like my bestest friend.
I just realized one thing. Coffee doesn't keep me up. Tea keeps me up. And tea has more caffeine than coffee. Like regular tea, if I drink at night, I can't go to sleep.
Okay.
And I say full away from green tea. I smell it and I get dizzy.
Miral gets this like little detox every year or every couple of years. She'll be like, she does a detox plan with another CC friend of ours that does it now. I think Dana and
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Dana. She's married to
Karim.
Karim. Huh?
Yeah. And so she goes through this detox phase where she's stopping coffee, and it's hell.
Really?
We suffer a lot in the house. And she'll warn us. She's like,
Let's have your cup of coffee.
doing a detox, and I'm getting some
flavor.
caffeine. So I'm like, girls, get out of the house.
Save yourselves.
But actually, speaking of Miral and marriage, and you basically also are, it's probably, Miral is very healthy as well. You know, she still does the Pilates class.
Yeah,
She's
she
with
does
fitness.
Pilates, and she's a nutritionist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe helps too for you guys. You guys are both healthy, or do you guys compete?
Do we compete? No.
She hates something that you do.
Yeah, she hates the fact that like I'll have my pizzas,
And you won't gain weight.
AFC drumsticks, a little rice, and I'm still like, I'll look fit, like we'll go to Sahil or like go to, the beach, and she's like, fuck it. Yeah. I mean, she's not very polite about it, and she doesn't hide it, and she's like, it's like, and as we age together, she's not like, there's no filter whatsoever. She's like really pissed off. I'm like, oh, okay, this is still a joke, right? It's not a joke. Yeah. So I don't know how long this is gonna last for me, because you have no idea the amount of food I eat, and I know like the binges I go to. I mean, like just yesterday, I was like, today I'm not working out.
Friday's your day off?
Eating everything. I want the filet of fish is back, so I'm calling that mother.
Is that back? They didn't have back.
It's back.
They didn't have it for a long time, for months in McDonald's. The filet of fish.
It's gone. It was like, you want the filet of fish? We don't have it. For like almost a year. It's like, why? Why McDonald's? Why?
So I don't like McDonald's.
know.
It's the only sandwich I'll eat, though.
We're just effing with your head. It's like filet of fish. It's not there. Why? We have fish.
Just grab it out of the water and fry it. God damn it.
Yeah. So anyway, so I had a plan. I'm getting the filet of fish. I'm getting the drumsticks. They have to be original, not spicy, from KFC.
I can't believe you eat KFC.
Yeah, I like that. It's just freaking, and drumsticks only. I'll get like only drumsticks, and
Oh, wow.
BRGR. I'll do like the burger.
Yes, the burger.
Is a little crispy on the outside, and put some jalapenos on it. Oof.
That's what you do. I thought you, looking at you, I said, and you're working out every day. I said, this guy only eats.
I don't
he's
share
like,
this a lot.
He's like, if you, Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
Yeah. No, but when push comes to shove, I mean, definitely, like right before a movie, I'll like starve myself. I'll be doing cardio a lot more. So like when it's crunch time, it's crunch time. I do intense workouts, and I do immense workouts and consistent. And I've done a lot more at a younger age, and I have like a base for it. So
Yeah.
the results come out much faster. Of course, I say this now, but I'm wondering how long this will last.
No, it doesn't go away, by the way. No,
I think because you have a whole lifetime. My cousin's like 55, 56, and Hoa, mashallah, because he's worked out his whole life, he doesn't have any problems. But he goes like to the gym
every day, twice a day.
No, every day. And then the times where he hasn't gone for like 3 days, he'll go like twice a day.
Something like that. Yeah, you make up for it. Yes, I do that.
But your muscle doesn't, I mean, I think the only thing that you have to worry about, unfortunately, when you get older is that your muscles biologically deteriorate.
Well, yeah, but
daily.
You need more about the protein intake.
That's starting from the age of 40.
Age
Long
40s.
time from now.
We have a long way to go. Don't have to worry about that. But yeah.
You guys are kind of annoying like that. Like you guys do a diet for like a week, you've lost 5 kilos, and I can diet for like months. It's like 1 kilo. It's like.
But I feel you guys are very strict about yourselves. I mean, I look at Miral, I was like, you're just so beautiful. You look awesome. But you guys are very picky. I think you kind of like see things that we as guys don't see. I mean, we're very like,
It's true.
I think we're very minimalistic. I mean, if you got like a dress on, you look great, fine. And it's not a problem.
But there are some guys that are not like that.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, no, I don't like my thigh is like, maybe like a millimeter wider than it used to be. Yeah. So this really upsets you. And then you'll say stuff, you're like, does this look good on me? I was like, yeah, it looks great. So this or the pants, I'm like, they both look good. I mean, this is this is actually really hot. Don't say hot. Something like that. They'll be all upset. I'm like, well, what's wrong? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
And Nathan, you're surrounded with 3 women.
Yes.
So how do your daughters have that kind of image issue? Do they ask you these things? Do you feel, do you try to?
Yeah, in general, I think we all have the image issue. I think everybody wants to be at top of their game, but I always inflict in their mindset that happiness is contentment with status quo, contentment with what you have been given by God, and be happy that your soul inside is pure and beautiful, because that resonates so much with people, and that reflects. I mean, when your soul is so beautiful, your face literally, and with experience of life, aging again, you tend to see it, you recognize it. When you see someone that has a beautiful soul, you see it in their eyes, you see it in their face. There's a certain glow that, has an impact on you. And you can tell now, people with beautiful souls, it shows. And then you can look at someone that may be overweight or not putting in that much effort in what they're wearing, but there's something so beautiful about them. I see that. I see something so attractive about them, and it's usually their soul. It's just, it shines from within, and so you see it. And then you see someone that has the physique of, an athlete, and she looks super sexy and everything, but
they're assholes. They're ugly.
Something that's just, it doesn't hit you the same way.
Yeah. No, it's true. I heard about your TikTok videos with your daughters, or one in particular, right?
There is one that got the
Got one viral.
Yeah, a couple did, but yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about.
But they're super cool because it shows that, like you're saying, your daughter looks like such a nice soul, actually. You know what I mean? And you guys are having such a nice time together, which is nice. In terms of as a parent, is it something that what kind of parent are you? The fun parent, the overprotective, or do you go?
I try to be the fun parent, but I don't know if they would agree that I am the fun parent. But I try to be a friend. And thank you for what you said about my daughter. That's very sweet. Thanks.
They look very well adjusted, your daughters, actually. It's
it's so difficult. Bringing up kids is just, you're in charge of another human being, and you're trying. And this is something else I learned with time, from something that my sister said to me. She went to a parenting retreat. It's you always have to express that this is your first time dealing with a teenage boy or teenage girl. First time that you're experiencing a sweet 16 with this. First time that you're experiencing her getting engaged. So you have to let them know, I'm a first-time parent in this situation, and I'm trying my best. But recognize that what you think or what you believe isn't necessarily the law or the correct thing. So you have to listen to them as well. So I try to give and take as much as possible, even though a lot of times
Yeah. What do you do when there are times that they're doing something that you don't approve of at all? Do you as they've gotten older, because your daughter's now engaged. Yeah. So is there something that you're a non-negotiable? You're no, I can't. This is
no.
You're open to your.
Yeah, I no longer, because you use the word enforce. خلاص. No, there is no enforcement whatsoever. And Miral gets ticked off at me. She's like, but I feel that it's a learning curve for them. Of course, if they're in any danger, your instinct kicks in. So as a parent, and you will save them from anything. But I try not to enforce anything. And sometimes I'll do the Jedi mind trick. It's I don't think you want to go out tonight. But it's work. No, Dad, I want to. I'm no, you don't. You want to stay home.
Dad, I'm going out.
Watch a movie. No, I don't. What are you doing with your hand? I don't know. What are you doing?
And so are you and Miral very aligned on that? Or are you guys...
I want to say yes. Miral's usually like, Tina says no. You know, we have to be on the same page. And whenever there's a problem with one of the girls, Miral, you know, it projects on me. It's like, you know, your daughter was so rude to me today. You know, this is all because of you. If you did this or that, مش عارف ايه, then she would not be like this today. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just learned that 2 things go lost in life. Love you and sorry.
Oh my God, perfect. It's true. Sorry, even if you're not wrong, say sorry.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Much faster.
Yeah. Usually you're wrong in some way because every equation has both right and wrong on both sides. So you could be wrong in something. So sorry is in place, but you have to say it. And with time, you tend to start believing it. I can be sorry. It's okay because I'm going to make her happy or him happy.
See, everybody, that is brilliant advice for anybody who...
Just say sorry.
Just
Even if you're wrong, just say sorry, goddammit. Even if you're right.
How long have you guys been married for now?
Oh, awesome question. 98. So
So 26 years.
26 years.
Well, his daughter is 24? The eldest?
Mara is 23.
Okay.
And when's she getting married?
2001. So she's getting married within a year and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got engaged last May.
Isn't she too young to be engaged or married?
Yeah, Miral was on that subject a lot, and she was kind of like trying to steer her to delay it. And I was like, you know, Miral, you were younger than her when you were engaged, and you got married at her age. I mean,
And
you
look
got
how
married very young.
she married to.
Yeah.
She's little.
You hit the jackpot, Miral.
But that means that you're this much closer to being, you know, Hiddu.
Giddu, yeah, yeah. So yeah,
At the age
just as soon as my daughter got engaged, okay, every friend of mine was like, "Hey, don't talk about Giddu. You're gonna be a grandpa." I'm like, so I laughed it off a few times, and then
One person died.
And yeah, during the engagement, like the other side, the other family. Would say the same thing, and so you know, I kind of leaned over to like, I don't know if it was Tamara or Miral. I was like, if one more person says Gindo, I swear, I will ruin this freaking event. I will break something. I will F some shit up. No, it's like I have no qualms whatsoever. But if I hear Gindo one more time, but now I learned to, you know,
Embrace?
embrace it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, but I was very clear with the girls. I'm like, if you think that you're gonna get kids, and then like I'll be like, we'll send them to dad. Oh, you take care of your grandkids. Nope, because I'm gonna be flying all around the world, enjoying, like retiring from like parenthood, retiring from my job. I'm just gonna be somewhere on some island enjoying a peaceful.
Get it all across the...
Sorry.
Where is Nadia?
Yeah, no,
It's not here.
Yeah, you want to bring your kid? Come with your kid, take care of your kid, okay? And leave after a certain amount of time.
That's so funny.
I say this now, I just don't know how that's going to pan out.
Oh, I'm happy I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I have mine, but I had mine older, so that
I
makes
enjoyed my
Some
nephews.
people say having kids older should make you feel younger. I was like, no, it doesn't. First, I'm with the parents of my kids in school. They're like, nobody's older than 35, probably. Except there's one woman who came now, and she's 53, and her first time.
Score.
I was like, yes, she had her. And I said calculate. I was like, so she had him at 47, and I had mine at 40. Okay, good. There's a good. I feel so.
Then you talk to the younger moms like, what's up with this joke?
I was like, yeah.
Old much?
I'm like, yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, how do the fuck is shame?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess we've been talking for a while. I don't want to like keep you on for too much, but I could ask much more. But anyways, okay. So now tell us, what are your plans? Like, is there anything in the pipeline now that you're working on in terms of?
So the same production company, they had this other movie that we're working on. We usually, with this director and this writer and this producer, we're all on the same page. We work together on the script a lot, and we have everything perfect right before we go in to shoot, because I realize it's so important, and we need those guidelines for all the cast and the crew. So it's still in the writing phase. I mean, it's written, but it's still in the rewriting. Like, we're gonna do a second draft.
So you're involved in the rewriting?
I try to be involved now. I mean, as much as I can, I just give my input, and we go through it. But the movie's gonna be filmed on a beach again, and so we're probably not filming before March.
Oh, you gotta get in shape.
And so, yeah, I'm okay.
No more KFC.
You're good?
Yeah.
No more?
Yeah. I mean, starve yourself right before the shoot.
It's like a week before.
Yeah.
Or you can do
Little makeup on the abs.
a Rocky, what Sylvester Stallone did it on Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Apple and a can of tuna all day for the whole shoot.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh.
Hugh Jackman?
No,
Sylvester?
Sylvester Stallone in Rocky 3.
Okay, yeah.
He had like 2% body fat. I mean, he was the leanest he's ever been. And then he said it's because he was eating an apple and a can of tuna the whole day. And he was doing headstands to keep himself awake and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
like
wow.
between, yeah.
And there's like Bradley Cooper for the A-Team too. He said that all he ate was protein and he.
That's different. That's for bulking up, and that's exactly what Hugh Jackman did in Wolverine. Is that he would wake up in the middle of the night and have a chicken and go back to sleep. Just to create.
That's what I do. I mean, it's very strict with my. For the audience, I go for a very strict diet right before my shoots. I mean, it's very intense. Not anybody can do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, Yeah.
Okay, so that's in the works. And do you have any advice for people going into this industry, starting off?
Advice. I always get asked that question. I don't have advice. I mean, make your mistakes, make your mark. Be happy, be well. Do not let go of any principles or beliefs that you have, and be confident with yourself and know that you know best for you, and nobody else knows anything better for you unless you're convinced of it. So just believe in your gut feeling in general in life, whatever industry you're in.
I love that. So we're going to end on that note. That was very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tamer. Thanks for being here.
That's it.
So happy you came.
I'm so happy
Yeah,
you
I
came.
love being here. It was nice. Thank you for the beautiful vibe. Thank you for everything.
You should come to Semitic more often. This part where you grew, like this part of town.
Yeah. Yes.
It's way more fun.
I'm gonna do that. Every time we do this, I feel like we're going to psychedelic here.
It's way more fun.
It's a lot more fun. Because if this is happening, I'm coming.
And that's a wrap on season 2 of Who Said What. What a season it's been, and we couldn't have asked for a better finale than our incredible conversation with Tamer Hagras. We're so excited for what's to come in season 3. We're launching next month. Get ready for more laughs, deeper conversations, and more interesting and inspiring guests. Until then, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for listening, sharing, and being part of this journey with us. See you in 2025.